Hey folks, let's take a question today. I'm going to try to be productive. Mr. Steger, I have a question about the draw stroke for fighting applications. I noticed that when you and Mr. Pranka draw, it's in a scooping motion where the sights are not picked up until the end of the draw. I was taught to draw, bring the pistol up to my dominant eye, and then push it away from me aiming as my arms extended. Is there anything wrong with that? And should I adopt the scooping style presentation? Thank you for your time. See, I'm going to be productive. I'm going to take this guy's question and be super nice about it. So before I hit the question directly, let's talk about a couple terminology things or whatever, like little issues. First, he says his question is about the draw stroke for fighting applications. I mean, the application that I work with is trying to do it quickly and accurately. I'm not sure how much that changes for someone like Matt. Like Matt and I draw pretty much the same, but his mindset's a lot different. I can tell you that. So I'm not sure like drawing for a fight, like how much different that is or whatever. And then the other thing, he uses the word scooping motion for the draw. Um, I'm not sure people use the word that way normally. Normally a scoop draw, or like in competitive circles anyway, it's you just come from underneath the gun and grab it and it comes up out of the holster. You just scoop it out in one motion like that. That's not how I would conceptualize the way that I draw. But as far as the path of the gun that he describes, where it comes straight up to your eye line, yeah, that is what's happening, and that is what I do. Okay, so first, do I think that you should draw the gun in the straight up motion where the gun comes straight to the eye target line instead of coming from the holster, coming up really high, and then being pressed out to the target? Yes, I do. All right. Now I think it's faster. Um, the way that I do it, of course I think that it's faster. But there's more to it than that. So the old school, like the theory anyway, around doing things this way, that the guy describes, like draw the gun, get the gun kind of up, and then press it out as you're looking through the front sight at that spot on the target, like this. This is the theory that these guys have. Is like, all right, the gun's going to come up, we get it up, push it out, all right, and I'm going to be aware of the front sight sooner. I'll be able to focus on it sooner. I suppose that they would tell you to focus on the front sight too if they're telling you to do this. But anyway, you get the sight up, you focus on it, and it's like more time to aim because during this part of the draw, I am aiming. So even though I guess it's more motion, I'm not coming straight up to the eye target line or coming straight up and out to the eye target line at the firing position. I just gun comes up and then like this. I guess that takes more time, but you'll do better with it because you'll be aware of that front sight and you can focus in on it and you can be doing the aiming during this part of the draw stroke. Now, to be honest, I don't think that theory ever panned out that way. The high level competitive shooters that I've seen, anybody that I've seen shooting in a like really performancey way, they don't use a technique like that. Um, I don't think it I don't think it saves any time. I don't think it makes anything better. I mean, with what I do, I would consider conventional at this point. With the gun coming straight up to the firing position at the eye target line, I'm going to be aware of the sights right away and usually just reacting to the color of the sight and shooting. Again, this, in my opinion, is not saving anything. However, however, now that all the guns have dots mounted on them, I mean, or maybe not your gun, but most of the guns that people who are, they're shooting all the time, they're really serious, they have dots on their guns. So like this kind of theory doesn't make it makes no fucking sense at this point, right? Because I can get the gun up to my eye line. Well, from this angle, I can't be aware of the sight at all. Like I'm not gaining anything. I could get it up like this and try to. I mean, this is very awkward with a dot sight because the gun would have to come exactly up to the right spot in my eye line before I could push it out and be aware of the sight and take more time aiming and all of that stuff. So again, I don't do it that way. The gun up then out. I don't do it that way. I don't think you should do it that way. I think The arguments in favor of doing it that way never really made sense, and then they make even less sense now with red dots on the guns. So it's like, yeah, I think you should, if you feel like practicing and changing and all that, yeah, you should do what I'm doing because I think it's better. Anyway, that's it. Questions, comments, put it below.